Hello everyone. Let me just. Hello everyone. How you doing? How you doing? I know you're coming from another stream, so I will give you keep a couple of minutes for people to maybe grab some water, go to the restroom, take a shower. Not just kidding, not take a shower, but maybe go grab some food, maybe. And hey, hello. Probably you're tired. I know. Hello, folks. Yeah, I'm good. A little bit tired. It's 9 p.m. here in Spain. It's Sunday. Tomorrow, work day. And yeah, a little bit tired, but really excited, to be honest. So, yeah, what about you? How's the Global Hack Week going? Good? Do you like it? Wow, it's okay. Do you study tomorrow, work, or do you have something tomorrow? Mm, Let me see. Let's wait just a couple of minutes so people can join. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, okay. Just let me share the screen. Uh, oh, okay. So you're from Rajo? Are you from India too? Or what does the plus plus mean? Maybe it's like you too. Hey, so just to clarify, I don't know anything about SQL. Hope that fine. That's fine. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's an introduction to SQL, so it is meant to be for people that have no idea, and maybe people that have some idea, but want to learn some new stuff and why some things are done this way or whatever. So yeah, great to see more people from India here. Love that. I'm actually a uni student and was on a 2 month vacation. So to utilize that, I joined Global Hack Week and all. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You should attend in-person hackathons if you have the opportunity to, because it's pretty cool to have that feeling and interaction with the hackers live. That's pretty amazing. Okay. Yes, let's go. Let's go. I think I just gave a couple of minutes. So, first of all, for people that don't know me, I'm Nofal. I'm a coach. That's why I'm here. And I'm from Barcelona. If someone speaks Spanish, that's amazing. You can ask in Spanish, and I can translate that. And yeah, today we're going to learn everything, not everything. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. No one knows everything about something, but yeah, we're going to try to learn as much as we can about SQL. And yeah, hope you learned something. Let me just share one screen with you. Okay, I have Slack here. Let me just close this. Okay, okay. So, what is SQL? Okay, so probably you've seen something like this before. This is just a scheme of a database. Okay, don't worry if you don't understand anything. Okay, it's just for you to visualize what a database looks like, and then we will get into the SQL, like how we create the databases, upload them, introduce stuff on them, and everything. So basically, imagine this is a Facebook database. You have users, you have this thing here, like this key. This is it's called primary key. We will talk about this, and basically, this is a relational database, as you can see. That's why the relations. And basically you have a user with an ID, username, a role. Maybe it's an administrator, maybe it's a student, maybe it's just whatever, and created that. Basically a timestamp is a type of data that basically is used for dates. And yeah, basically the timestamp. So this is an interesting thing. Have you seen like a timestamp before? It's basically something uh, like uh, like this. Okay, if you know that, that's basically the milliseconds that passed from a certain date. I think it was 1 of January 1970 or something. Just let me Google that. Stamp. Unix timestamp. Okay, so basically that's the seconds. Okay, since January 1st of January 1970. So if you have this, basically this that if you want to know like the exact hour and exact date, basically um, it's the seconds that passed from this date. Okay, so the 1st of January of 1970, you start counting like one, two, three, each every second, and you will get to the. It's quite interesting because a lot of people don't know what a timestamp is. They always see this, and it's like, okay, why this is you know why this is I don't know, 7th of July. So yeah, this is an interesting thing. Okay, let's get back to this. And basically, this is a database. Okay, so you might think, let me just put the comments here. I don't want to miss anything. If you have any question, again, just ask it in the comments. I will be taking some minutes between some topics to get to the questions and read them. So if you need to ask anything about SQL or whatever we're talking about, just don't hesitate, ask, and I'll get into that as soon as possible. So, what is SQL? Okay, we all know that data is everywhere. Okay, from your school management system, when you go to the doctor, and they have a platform that has the patient's information everywhere. Okay, even in the supermarket, the prices. So, what's SQL? Basically, SQL means structured query language. Okay, uh, is basically a programming language that communicates with the databases. And the intention of SQL is to store, retrieve, manage, and manipulate data within a database. So basically, it's a way of communicating to the database from the backend. And you can just say, hey, I have all this huge database with these millions of information. I just want to get maybe records from this specific person, this specific date, from this specific table, whatever. So, for example, when you go to Instagram and you're in the search bar and you search some, I don't know, maybe a name, like I don't know, Cynthia. You just write Synth, and immediately you got a bunch of names that start with Synth or have Synth in the name or on the username. So basically, what it does is says, "Hey database, do you have each time you click a button, um, there's like this request saying, "Hey, database, do you have anyone which its name starts contains or whatever Synth or Cynthia or whatever?" And then you get a bunch of results. So that's basically what SQL is. Okay, so maybe let's go back. Okay, and maybe some people are like, okay, so what is a database? So if you don't know what is a database, basically it's where we store all the data that we have. Okay, so you might think, oh, bravo, Newfall. Okay, thank you. But what it is, basically, yeah, it's basically a collection of organized data that's easily stored and sorted, retrieved, search, whatever. Okay, and we have some different databases. Okay, they're not just one type. Um, so basically, depending on what you wish to store, what kind of technology you have, what kind of business, well, not business, but let's say technology, because it doesn't. I mean, like the business doesn't have anything to do with how you store the data, because maybe you and your competition have the same business, but your architecture is uh, around maybe SQL and not now no SQL. We'll see this. So yeah, it doesn't uh, it doesn't depend on the company, but on the infrastructure you have. So first of all, we have the relational databases. So basically, we send this example, and these databases are laid out in rows, columns, and store and basically they provide multiple tables and allow you to identify and access data in relation to one another. Okay, all relational databases use SQL, and there's some database management systems. For example, the SQL from Microsoft Server. It's called Microsoft SQL Server. So yeah, if you want to search that and see what it looks like, I can show you an example of a real database that I have. Okay, I use Data Grip. It's it's this one. Okay, so this is a database that I have here. Okay, let me show you. And basically, I have a bunch of table. Oh, sorry, I think you cannot see this. It's a little bit too small. Can you see it, or it's too small? Let me see. Small. Okay. Let me make it bigger. Uh, uh, okay. Looks fine to me. Okay. Yeah, let's make it just a little bit. I think it's not. It's not the font. Maybe it's the editor. I've seen a font there. Okay, maybe here. Let me see. 15. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, maybe like this. It's quite better. What user diagram app is that? It's called dbdiagram.io. It's this one. Let me see if there's any question. Um, let me see. Let me see. I think here there's a conversation. Mm-mm-mm. This is for me, or I'm lost. Well, I can respond this real quick. I work in a fintech company here in Barcelona, Spain, as a backend. So this is answered. So yeah, you just write. You can even import because this is not like SQL. Okay, we'll get into that. But if you have SQL, you can just hit import and import your MySQL, and that's it. Okay, I can see you talking about games. Small looks fine. Did I miss anything? Not too much. We were just talking about some different types of databases. First of all, we're going to do the more logic theoretical part of what is a database and what kind of databases are, so you can ask questions if you have any doubt, if everything's clear, so you can get a little bit the fundamentals. And then we will get into the practical part, and we will create a database, create some some tables, insert some information in that tables, update some information, and yes, that will be the second part. Um, mm, mm. Hi, where I can write SQL code along with you, what must I install? So first of all, you might want to consider installing MySQL. If let me just share with you this. But otherwise, if you just want to, oops, sorry, strange letters here. Um, mm, mm, mm. Will you go over normalizations? Do you mean like first normal form, second normal form, on and on? Um, Maybe if we have time, and because I don't think it's really beginner friendly. So, but yeah, we can see that if we have some time at the end of the stream. Uh, macOS. Let me see if there's any online platform like where you can SQL online compiler. Okay, where you can just maybe this one will work for you. Okay, let's use this one for example. Maybe it's better for you, and you can do some tests here. So yeah, let's get back to the theory, and then we will get back to the to the technical stuff. Okay, because I know you like it. I shared with you this link if you want to do some some different queries. We will be doing some, so no worries about that. Okay, let's go. We've talked about relational databases. We will be focusing on these ones today because I think they have more game on them. You can do a bunch more. I know a lot of you like this theme, so yeah, and it's the white one is a little bit tiring. So we have the relational databases. That's fine. Okay. Do you have any question about relational databases? I assume not. If so, just put it in the comments and I'll get back to that. And then we have no SQL databases. And this encompasses, let's say, any database that does not use SQL as its primary language. So these databases are better suited, for example, for those who do not want their data to be structured. And yes, for example, I know SQL could be Coach database. Okay, this will be a no SQL. Basically, you just have it's like MongoDB. You just have all that data stored there. Let me see, Apache Couch, or you have MongoDB. Basically, you have MongoDB. Let me show you what a collection looks like. So basically, imagine that like you have this this is what for example a MongoDB. Uh, I just want to see a real example. Uh, but yeah, basically you have a collection. A collection, let's say it's like a table or something like that, and inside you have a bunch of document they call it, but basically a document is like a JSON with the data you want, and that's it. And you have a collection with a bunch of documents with a bunch of JSONs, each one with the data you want, and that's it. Okay, it's not like you have a bunch of tables and you have relations between the tables, because some of the tables, for example, this small example we've seen, we have this couple here of relations because the following user ID and the followed user ID is the primary key of the user. And basically this is because to reference, to unify the user with the follows. because, for example, if the post we don't have the user ID, we will need all this information again here repeated. So this will be like if we don't have this relation. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I don't mind. So if you don't have this relation here, saying, hey, user ID, let's go to the users, search by the user ID because it will be unique because it's the primary key we're using here. And basically you have all the information. Now we just have three fields, but imagine like a user with like this many fields. Oops, okay. Duplicated role. Okay, created that, whatever. So imagine a user with a bunch of fields. That's not what we want. Oh, let me just lower a little bit the bright because I'll just sleep here with all this light. Sorry for that. Yes. Okay, so this is the no SQL database. Let's go to the cloud databases. Okay, basically these are any database that runs within the cloud. Um, so basically, accessing these databases is provided normally as a service. Okay, um, you don't need to maintain a lot of maintenance, and they're really flexible. For example, there's the Oracle autonomous database, they call it, Oracle autonomous databases. For example, this one, say, develop scalable AI powered uh, apps with any data using blah blah. Okay, so this is an example of a cloud database, and then we have um, basically I would call them time series databases, and these are the databases that have been optimized for time stamped data, which offers more accurate insight. For example, there's one called Druid, like this Druid database. Let me see. uh yeah, it's from Apache. So if just, they're not too popular, to be honest. And the most popular one is this one, in my opinion. So yes. So what is SQL used for? We know what a database is. We know that it's a relational database with whatever. But what is SQL used for? And so basically, as we mentioned before, it's a programming language, and it's used uh, literally just to communicate with a relational database. In this case, because we're using the SQL. Um, but let's see a little bit, okay? Because SQL allows you to query the database in a bunch of ways, using English statements, and it's used on all the website, well, not all the website, but a bunch of websites, Facebook, uh, I don't know, literally every website that has data on it, they have a database, like literally every website that lets you register or do something, it's because they have a database where they store all the data. So yeah, it's something to keep in mind. And queries are you queries basically is like, let's say, the command that you give um, to the database. You have the SQL, it's like a prompt, but for example, the ChatGPT prompt is literally just you typing stuff like I want to do this and this. So basically, think about that as a query. Actually, somehow it's called a query. They're basically used to retrieve data from the database, but the queries vary in efficiency, because there's some queries that they're not efficient because instead of doing some kind of fetching data from a table and relational relation that to another one. There's some stuff called left joins, when you join two tables to get information from both of them, a bunch of things. And if you don't have a really good query, the efficiency and the time is brutal, because I've worked. Okay, now better, because I've worked in a company where we used to do a lot of querying into a database, and there were some queries that took maybe 3 minutes, literally 3 minutes, and with some refactoring and some optimization, it then took like 20 seconds. And as you can see, like, the difference is immense. So that's why it's really important to know how to write a good query to be efficient. It's like a prompt, because if you don't know how to write a prompt, probably it will take you maybe five tries to get the result you wanted. But if you really know how to write a prompt, it will be just instant. So yes, and basically with SQL, it provides obviously a CRUD functionality. CRUD basically means create, read, update, and delete. So we can do all this on the database, and yeah, we will. Sorry for that. Let me see if there's any question. No questions till now. Mm-mm-mm. No questions. Okay. Okay. So let's continue. What is a SQL statement? Okay, we've talked about the statements, whatever. But what is an SQL statement? Okay. So if you want to navigate a large database without SQL, it would take you years. And probably there's some database that will take you years to find the data you need. And by using, like, for example, I know the select, there's a select statement. We will say this in a moment. The select statement, you can select data by tables and column types, and you can just instantly point data sets that meet all the requirement of your search. You can say, hey, I want all the names from this from this table. Let's see an example. Okay, so this one, for example, it's select first name, age from customers. So we have a little some tables here. Okay, just let me please check that you can all see it. Okay. Oh, okay. It looks pretty. Yeah, it looks big, because I have you like squeezed, uh, and I have the Twitch chat here, well, the YouTube and Twitch. Okay, so this is, let's say this is our database. Okay, we have customers, we have some customers, and we have orders, and we have shippings. Okay, so the customers, let's navigate through this, because customers, we have the ID of the customer, we have customer. Obviously, you can just put here maybe a random number. It should be unique. Okay, this is a really important data, a really important point, that as you can see here, for example, the order ID, the shipping ID, the customer ID, all the IDs should be ID to identify whatever you're doing. So here we have the customer ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty cool. We have 5 customers. The first one is called John Doe, age 31, country, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's pretty cool. And we have orders. Okay, this is really important. We have different orders. The first one, for example, it's a keyboard. Okay, from, I don't know, MSI website. The amount is 400. Maybe it's dollars, pounds, whatever it is. And we have the customer ID. It's for, so you might think, why is for, what is why 44312? So here's the customer. So the keyword is for the customer John Reindart. Okay. who's age 25 UK. So you might think, oh, it's not easier to put here the information instead of just giving a number that you have to go to another table, go to that ID, and then no, obviously not, because you, for example, in this case, okay, um, John ordered a keyboard and a mouse, and here we have four. It's literally two integers. But if we want to put here all the information of the client in the here in the customer, like if it was just customer without the ID, and we wanted to put all the information here, we will have that information repeated for every order that this client has, and that's not optimal, as you might think. Okay, um, so that's why it is relational, because you relationate all the data from here to here, and that's it. So, and we have the shippings. Okay, so we have the shipping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be unique. Okay, not be repeated. And then we have the status of the of the shipping. And here again we have the customer. Okay, we have the this is for the customer number 2. This is for the customer number 4, 3, 2. Okay. So what I can see here, for example, is that we miss an order um, row, like column. Okay, because here we should have, well, we can have the customer, but we should have an order ID, because right now this pending, we don't know which order it is. We know that is for this customer, okay, but we cannot say, hey, John, uh, you have the mouse pending, because we don't know if this is the mouse or this is the mouse if it was the same client. So this is a really important point to obviously this is just a really small example, and to run some queries here real quick and everything. But yeah, it's something to consider. So with the select, what we do is basically, let me see if you have no what no questions. That's great. That could be really good or really bad. There's no nah, just kidding. If you have any question, don't hesitate to. So what I was saying. Okay, so select. Okay, first of all, we have select. What does mean? Well, actually, before select, we have other commands. Okay, we have create. Oops, sorry. We have create database, and basically with create database, and let's call it my database. Okay, run. Obviously, here we cannot create a database because I don't know, we don't have permission or whatever, but we will do that on my computer machine, on my local machine. Let's go to data grip. So and here let's do create database called MLH. Oops, MLH tutorial SQL. Okay, so if we run this, we will just create a database here. As you can see, I have this database and I have this one. Okay, so now we can do use MLH SQL. This is basically to use the database, to specify the database we want to use. Okay, to create, for example, a table. So if we run this, okay, and what we can do is create a table with a name hackers. Okay, so right now with create table hackers, we can just okay, let me see why this is red. Dialects, I will be using SQL. I'll be using this one. Okay, let's see. So now we have, for example, let's try to do this and hacker ID. And this will be an integer. Okay, there's different types like programming. So you have integer, you have the bar chart, you have data, you have decimals. Let me just data types SQL. I think this will be more easier to see. Okay, so we have, oh, I need the dark mode again. Sorry for that. Okay, so we have different data types. We have the chart is a character, and here you have like all the constraints, the descriptions, the limitations, everything. We have the var chart. We have tiny text, tiny blob. We have text, blob, medium text, medium, long, whatever, num, set, everything. Okay, so keep that in mind. So in this case, we will say that primary key, okay, because it will be a unique first name, and it will be bar chart. And here, in parentheses, we can put the length. Okay, in this case, maximum of 60 characters, and then we can say email. Okay, and email will be a bar chart too, with maybe 60. Okay, so okay, let's run this. Okay, can you see here this check? So if we go to our database tables, we have this table. Okay, and now we are in the table, and as you can see, there's nothing here. It's empty. Okay, so let's try to insert something. Insert into hackers. What it was, we need the fields. Well, the hacker ID, the first name. Okay, and let's do values. First name, let's see, hacker, maybe it's this one will be the number one. Then we need to put the first name, that will be, let me check the chat. Cold color, let's put that one, cold color. And here we have the codes, cold ccc at gmail.com. Okay, so if we run this, insert into hackers. Okay, so now if we go to hackers and we recharge it, we should see that we already have registered our first hacker ID, the first name, and the email. Let me see. I just seen a couple of comments here. Do we need to download whatever ID that is? Not really. You can use this one for the learnings, and if you want to work it on anything, actually you can do that through the console. Okay, for example, I don't know, let me just check the console. Oops, not this one. Just trying to, just working on some project. If we do my MySQL root, you can see this. Okay, so if I do use what it was named, the database MLH or something, it's called MLH SQL. Okay, MLH SQL. Okay, database changed, and then if I do select all from hackers, as you can see here, you can run this on, let me just make it bigger because I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so actually you can do this with the console itself. Okay, with the console you can just do the inserts here, whatever. But obviously it's not that comfortable. It's more comfortable to do that with an IDE. So sorry. Yes. So we have our first register. Okay, so this is basically how you can create the database, create the table, and create the create the table and the fields, and then how you can insert that. Okay, you can insert that. Let me just put this on the same file. Just close this, and now if I try to insert this again, see what happens. Oh, what happened? I cannot do that because the primary key is duplicated, okay, and it must be unique. So if I want to register someone else, I need to change the ID, and let's use I don't know, maybe I'm trying to see arg. Okay, argdrxv. Okay, and then we can use this email. Now, if I try to run this again, it works. And if we go to hackers and recharge this, we have the new user. Okay, so this is really important. Why the primary key must be unique? Because now, if it's not unique and it's a relational database, and you try to relationate that with something else, that will just blow up. Okay, and yes, let's go back to the example. And once we have, now we know how to create these tables, we know how to insert data in these tables, we know how to create the database itself. So let's learn how we can query that database. Okay, here we've seen let's see, for example, if we do like select all from hackers. Okay, if I run this, basically what it will do, it just will run this through with hackers, through the table of hackers, and we'll get all these hackers. But if I do select all from hackers, where first name is equal, or we can use like. Okay, like is basically a type of command to say if it contains something. Okay, and if we do like this percentage thing, basically you just saying, hey, maybe there's an underscore in the middle of the name. So basically uh, 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 where like let's try this one. I don't know if okay. Um, cold. Oh, okay. Let's try this one. Okay, so in this case, we can see that it starts with arc. Let's try to put this one to see if we still get. Yeah, we can still get it. So basically, you can just keep them both and make. Uh, are the keywords case sensitive? Can I do like create table instead of yes? No, you can do that. Actually, we can, for example, here the where and the like um, are you know not in capitals, and they work. So if I change from and select, they will work too. Obviously, they're reserved words. You cannot use create a table called from, because that will be select from, and this will be just a mess. So there's some reserved words, but yes, it's not case sensitive. So yeah, hope I answered your question. And once we have this, we can start doing our queries. Okay, select first name and age from customers. So basically, what this does, it goes to customers, selects the first name, last name. Oh, sorry, the age. So if we want the country, okay, if we want the country, we just do this, and we have the country too. So basically, the with the star, sorry, yes, the star. What we do here is we say, hey, select everything from customers. So basically, it will select all the columns from customers, and basically, you'll have the same table here because they're just selected everything. If you just want the customer ID or the select first name from customers, you will just select all the first names from customers, because sometimes you want to do some queries but you don't want all the other fields. You just want just to see if all the first names. Okay, even we can do select all from customers where first name is equal to let's try this one. Okay, so we have two Johns in the database. Obviously this one is small, but let's try to do some queries on a big database. Okay, let's try, instead of this one, we can just go to this one. We have four tables, but let's go to the departments. Okay, here we have some government departments. Basically this database, okay, is something called boy. Basically um it's where all the laws are. Like, for example, let's say yeah, the it's like the let me see how can I translate that, because it's like the state official newsletter. But for example, let's say you have maybe maybe there's a new law, or you even have someone got you a ticket, speeding ticket. You'll be there. Okay, there's like a bunch of data. You can just search here and you have a bunch of data from every day since 1962 or something, and you can just go here. For example, this one is from 1880. Okay, it's an official document from the government, from Madrid, explaining, I don't know, maybe some law changes, whatever. So it's literally everything. Okay, so this one is pretty old, as you can see, but yeah, it still exists. So basically, that's why what this database is. Okay, so for example, this one's ministerio. It's basically a ministry, or like a department of the government. For example, this one is agriculture. This one is housing, culture, education, culture and sports, education, politics and sport, whatever. Okay, so and there's this document. Okay, this one right now has maybe uh, as you can see, 356,000 rows. Okay, so as you can see, it's not a small one. And let's see if we can do some queries here. Let's see if we want to. Uh, mm, mm. Let's go. Let me see. Okay, so right now this will be updating, because as you can see here, still updating because I'm still saving stuff. I've been inserting data since I don't know, maybe 6 hours, 7 hours ago. So yeah, but we can still work with it. So let's go here and do some queries there. Okay, select. Let's see. We just want to select some data from here. We don't want everything. Select. Let's say título. Okay, the title. Select. Uh, mm, from boy and document. Okay. Where epigraph is equal to maybe, okay, let's try with this one. Okay, so here we have the results, and basically we got the title of every register. So in this case, basically this one I chose ascensos. It means let me see. Uh, um, when you go to a higher rank in your job, a promotion. Okay, promotion. That's not okay. I had it on my tongue. So it's a promotions, and you might think, what? Why do you have promotions from 1963? So basically, these are promotions from uh, like the state jobs. I don't know how to call it, like people that work for the government and they get a raise or they get a promotion. They have to be registered here. Okay, so there's, for example, a document. Let's see. Instead of just the title, we can take the file itself, the URL HTML. Okay, title URL HTML, and just run this again. So for example, if we want to see this I don't know, this race here, we can just go to the website, and there you go. So if I translate this, it would say royal decree from blah 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 of 1st of December, which Captain Ricardo Minguez Suarez Inclán was promoted to the rank of Rear Admiral on a honorary basis, and whatever. And here you have the PDF with every detail, what happened, even the salary probably. So yes, this is what I because I'm trying to take the time to explain what is this and why, how it does make sense. Because if you want to work with a database, it's really 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 important to know what that database is about, how it works, what kind of registries they are, how the database is structured, where to find all this data. Because now we have 4 tables, but I've seen databases with hundreds of tables, like literally hundreds, and a bunch of duplicated data uh, within the different tables, and it's a mess. So yeah, it's really important to understand the data you'll be working on. Can you share the code? Yeah, of course I can share the code. Let me see. But this code, it won't make that much sense for you, to be honest, because you need a this specific databases with these specific fields, because otherwise it won't make sense. So yes, but once we finish the stream, I can send you the database. Sorry, the queries. Okay, so yes, and in this case, yeah. For example, let's see the age. For example, We want to see like um, all the customers that age where age is bigger than 30. Okay. Okay, we just have John. Maybe bigger or bigger than 25. This one maybe will have a couple of more results. So there's this one that's 28. Okay. This one's not included because it's greater than 25. So if we add this equal here, we will just get the result because this is literally arithmetic operations, basic ones. Uh, yes. Do, do we have to write? So wait, for the insert, do we have to write the table name in all the fields, or it's okay to just write the name of the table? No, you can. You should write the name of the fields at least for your. It's better because let's see a real example. So, do you mean like without putting this here, or without insert? Oh, okay. So let's try it. Let's try. Why not? Let's try. Let's do number 3. Okay, and let's see. It's the better way. So if we go here, yes, of course, it works. But the problem you'll have here is maybe sometimes you don't want to put like all the fields because maybe let's say okay, let's see, we have this but I don't have the email. Okay, so I can just skip this, probably do this. Okay, and here I can use the 4th, run this, and this will work. Okay, and the email will be null because we didn't insert the email. But if you just put the table name, it will crash probably because it will be expecting another value that you're not inserting. Doesn't match. Okay, column count doesn't match value count at row because you have 2 values and the table has 3 rows. Okay, so sorry, 3 columns. um so yeah, that's literally the just the difference of that. So it depends if you're be putting all the fields. um it makes sense not to put like all the field sorry all of yeah, the specific columns. But if you just you know want to put some information but not all of them, that's a trick. I'm so sleepy. I'm gonna lie, after this stream I'm gonna doze off. Yeah, if you need to take some rest, go take the time you need. This will be recorded as always, and you can access the stream um, any day you want or you have time. So don't worry about that. And probably in 5 minutes we'll take a rest, maybe a 5-6 minute rest for you to grab some drinks. I need to grab some water because I'm literally sweating. And yes, but let me see. Okay. So yes, this is the database actually, and for example, as you can see here, this sección código. This is the code of the section. Okay, as you can see, there's 2A, 2B, 3, 1. So you might think what this means. Great question. If we go here to the section table, here we can see the code and the section name. So this is basically to avoid putting all. Oh, sorry. 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 So this is basically to avoid, instead of putting no. Okay. So instead of putting all this text every time here and have a bunch of data, I just referenced the 2A to this table here and to a single text. Okay, so these values will be unique just once. These five values here, and this will be called a million times if they want to. But as you can see, it's not the same displaying one character than maybe 50 characters or 60 characters, because a database is a storage, and storage has memory, and memory has a capacity, and capacity ends, and it must be paid. So if you want to maintain like a big, well, not a big application, but an application with a lot of data, that will be, you know, really intense. So uh, mm, mm, mm. I'll just looking for an image to show you an example. Mm. Uh, I can search one picture, SQL, strike. Uh, I'm looking for maybe an online platform where you can draw SQL. Oh, we need to register. We don't like that. Let me see if we have some questions here. Oh, we have. Okay. What's the difference between different SQL databases like MySQL, Postgres? So, basically, Post. I don't think Postgres and MySQL have that many differences. So, but let me think. Um, MySQL and Postgres. I would say SQL is basically a standard language for querying and managing the relations between the database. So MySQL and Postgres SQL are, I would say, two different uh, just management systems. So that implement SQL. So the language is the same. It's like, well, it's not the same, but it's like writing Python on Visual Studio Code and Notepad plus plus, something like that. The language is still the same. And yes, MySQL is commonly used because it's faster, I would say, at least in my experience. You have maybe speed, or it's more reliable because it's better maintained. It's easy to use, easier, and yeah, it's really popular. Okay, so and then you have Postgres that, you know, it has a bunch of features. You know, it supports complex queries. It's extensible. You have data integrity, and it's really, you know, it's more suitable for applications that require robust data management and complex operations. And yeah, both are used, but it just depends on the use case and what you prefer, but not a huge difference, by the way. So, yes, not even, not even the syntax, I would say, because they're not languages. They are management systems, database management systems. So just had a doubt if I did SQL mastery, will it help me in getting into MLH fellowship? Yeah. I don't know how much it will help, but for sure it will help. Everything that keep in mind, folks, that everything that, let's say, extra that it's a, a bigger barrier. Like, imagine that you want to hire someone, okay, and there's two identical person, like not person, but two identical profiles, like both of them know the same exact things, and they're same as smart, but there's one that maybe knows a couple more languages, and it likes hackathons and whatever. That's like an extra point that you need sometimes to differ from other candidates. I don't know the exact number of the fellowship program applicants, but probably it's thousands. And unfortunately, it's impossible to get everyone on the fellowship program. So everything extra, it's a plus. So it, for obviously, if you want to learn that SQL and you're really interested into it, not just because of the program or to getting the program, because maybe you get into the program and you need to program in SQL and you don't like it and you hate it and whatever. So yes, but if you're really interested into it, yeah, it's a plus. It's always, everything is a plus. Okay, so don't hesitate to learn anything. So we'll take a quick break. Let me see, what time is it. Yes, let's take a quick break. Okay, maybe 5, 7, 8 minutes. um yeah, let's put 8 minutes. Okay, and we will be back soon. So if you have any kind of question, just put it on the comments, and I'll make sure to let me just leave a message. Once we're back, we will be doing some more queries, and we will be, if you have any kind of question, just put it in the comments. And yes, that's it. So getting back soon. Grab some drinks. Okay, so I'll just add this here. Hey, Control Plus, we are taking a small break, okay, and we will get back in 5, 8 minutes. So if you have any questions, just put it on the comments. I'll make sure to read them all. And yes, just go grab some drinks, go to the restroom, do anything you want to do, and we'll be back soon. Okay, I'll just put some music here for you. And yes, see you soon. See you soon, folks.
Turn it up, Gino. أو تنجبد
Hello again, folks. Hello again. Let's see. I've seen a comment. Sorry, I just ate something. A little bit hungry. Let me just keep. Okay, I just took a couple of minutes to uh, get some queries that I had here. Okay. Let's see. I've seen a question while I was out. Whoa, what a question. Um, I've been thinking about something a bit off topic, but I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. With AI getting better at tasks like writing SQL and even more complex programming, do you see the role of software engineers changing much in the future? I'm wondering if it might mean fewer jobs in certain areas or maybe just a shift in what skills we'll need to focus on. Well, that's a great question. I've had this conversation with a bunch of people lately. It's like saying that calculators would have taken the jobs of mathematicians. It's not the same, but have you tried doing something a little bit complex with AI like ChatGPT? I know it's getting better, but I think that programming is not just the code. Maybe it helps you, but I'm 100% sure that a human touch will be needed because it's not just like, okay, hey, ChatGPT, create an app for me that has this, blah, 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 this design, whatever. That would be impossible. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think impossible because we thought that something that created a program was impossible 10 years ago, and here we are. But it's really complicated, and you'll always need, at least for a bunch of years from now, someone to see that. Maybe there's some job cuts in some areas, like there's jobs not in programming, but yes, office jobs that you just need to do repetitive tasks. And for example, let's say I don't know, maybe do something that an AI can do really quick. Okay, that's maybe a problem there, but it's a not the problem, but it's an opportunity for those people to you know maybe not change careers, but maybe learn something new, something that will give them an extra value to the company, and not just that. So yes, I think it's an opportunity. Let's see another opinion from a hacker. I have some doubts, but later I came to realize that software engineering is not just about programming. Yeah, 100%. It's about creating complex structures and workings. I'm new though, but that's how I convinced myself to learn software engineer. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. In my opinion, at least. Okay, it's a personal opinion. It's not something that's, it's not something official from the government of Spain. But yeah, I think the same. Let's see. But you can always learn how to do machine learning, and you'll always have a job. um Naufal, can you please share your opinion on this question? Yeah, I think I did. Which question do you mean? I didn't see any more question. uh what is the app you're using? Do you mean like this one, this database manager? It's called Data Grip. Let me just write it. It's this one. It's uh well, there's a 30-day trial, but if you're a student, uh, you have I think you have uh, uh like a free license or something like that if you're a student. I think if you go to educational, for learners, yes. Mm, 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 mm. For student, sorry, sorry. So this is the free license, and yes, because otherwise you'll have to pay. And yes, and that's a little bit, yeah, if you're a graduate you have a discount if you're a student, but so actually data grade will be 60 year per year. But yes, if you're a student you can get it for free. It's a great tool, a little bit intense because it sometimes takes a little bit of memory, but yeah, it works fine. Okay, let's see. We've learned about a little bit how to do some stuff. Okay, so now what I want to do uh, is do it from scratch. Okay, create a database, create a table, insert data, update data, delete data, select data and everything, and filter the data. Okay, so first of all, we just create this database. Okay, it's called my database. If we go here, we have this that we created before, and we have my database. Okay, it's empty, we don't have anything here. So we create this table. Basically, we use the keywords create table. Yes, I've seen this one. um Oh, sorry, I missed a couple of questions. That music in the break was nice. I just forgot to go for the break. Yeah, sorry for that. Well, we'll be finishing in maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes or so. So you can just go and have some rest. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, at least in my opinion. At least in my opinion. So basically, we have here some fields. As we talked before, the employee ID is an integer. Okay, it's a primary key. We'll be using this to to relation to make some relations. Let me just close this and minimize this to make some relations. And then we have the first name. This is a field. So for the field, obviously there's some nomenclatures. You cannot just name a field like this. Okay, it must be an underscore, or you cannot put just a dollar sign at the beginning. Probably won't work. I don't know exactly the standards, but try to follow the standards. Just lowercase, under score and stuff like that. So it's pretty easy uh, to adapt to adapt. And here we have, for example, the employee first name, last name, email, hire date. This will be a date format, and the date format will be like this. Okay, and we have the salary. Okay, it will be a decimal. That's pretty cool. So if we run this, okay, completed. Let's see the execution. Um, oh, okay, this one was from before. So if we go here, oops, we need to refresh. Oh, I think I created this somewhere else. Okay, I think I created this here. Okay, employees. So make sure to be use my database. Okay, make sure you're on the right database before launching the commands. Okay, so now use my database, and here we can just run this, and my database will have the table. And here we can just delete this by dropping the table. That's it. So, and now we have an um, employees table. It's empty because we didn't insert any value. And we have the employer ID, first name, last name, email, hire date, salary. Okay, these are the fields that we created here. And if we go inside the employee and inside the columns, we can see here the data types and the name of the columns and the data types. Okay, just for more information. And the keys here, you see the primary key, it's the employer ID, and the index. So yes, let's try to insert something. Okay, basically we use insert into employees, employee ID, first name, last name, email, hire date, and the salary. Okay, so we have John Doe, whatever, um, and we have the date here. We have the salary, and let's try to run this. Okay, let's go to employees, recharge. There you go. Okay, so now if we try to run it again, it will fail because this is a primary key and it cannot be the same. As you can see, it's repeated, so this should be two, first name, Nelfo, MLH, Nelfo at mlh.com, 2023, and salary, just put, I don't know, 40,000, whatever. So we run this. Okay, we go here. There you go. Okay, so now we have, obviously, this is not ordered. Now it's ordered. And we have the first name, last name, whatever. Okay, so let's say we want to update the salary of mine. Okay, so let's say I have a new salary, and instead of 40,000, now it's 65,000. Okay, I'm the employee number 2. So we use update the table where that we want to update, the set we want to do, like the sets we want to do, like set salary to 65,000, and here the condition to where. Okay, like where do you want to change this column on this table, where the employee ID is equal to 2. So if we go here, as you can see here, the employee ID is 2, and this is me, and the salary is the column. So this is the column, this is the field, and that's it. Well, this is, yeah, this is the column that we want to match, this is the column that we want to change, and this is the table that we want to update. We run this, we go here, boom, and now we have 65,000 here instead of 40,000. Okay, so now it's updated. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. So let's add another one. Let's add Zamundake. Okay, Zamundake. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Higher date, 2012, and the salary it's 120,000. Great. That's great. That's great. We go to employees, and we have Zamunda K, the hire date, and the salary. So we know how to update, and now we want to delete an employee because it was fired last year in 2023, one, and well, 2021 was not last year, but you know, uh, so yeah, he was fired, and we don't know anything about it. So we want to delete the employee number one. So we just do delete from the table where, so basically this what we'll do is just delete the whole row. So we just need to specify the table and the match of the row that we want to delete. So in this case will be employee number one. So we can just go here, because otherwise you will need to update. If you just want to delete this field here, you will need to update, because if you do a delete, it will just delete the whole column. Okay, so we just go here, we delete the employee number one, we go here, and it doesn't exist anymore. So now we can go here and Eminem Slim and Shady at key.com, and the salary is $39 a year. So now if we insert this, we will be able to, because we're using the key number one and it doesn't exist right now. So yeah, that's it. Delete it. So now we again, with the select, we can select all the values from the database here. We have the Eminem, Nailfall, whatever, and select. We can select specific. Um, we can select specific fields and rows and columns as we saw before. And in this case, we have the first name, the last name, and the email from employees. So it will just get the first name, the last name, and the email of the employees that its salary is bigger than 50,000. Okay. So in this case, we will see mine and Zamunda salary, because Eminem's salary is 39 and it doesn't apply to this role. Okay, so if we want to just see all the fields instead of just these three, we just select all, and there you go. Okay, so yes, and here okay, we can do the same thing and select specific data, but we can order with the order keyword by salary descendant. So we'll just have from the biggest salary to the smallest one, or we can use as uh, CC. Okay, we just can do this, and we'll just have the inverse. Okay, so this is a great way to select. And we can do from employees where first name like contains an E, and we can add and. Okay, it's just we can still add like constraints, let's say, and filters. And maybe I don't know, hire date is equal to let's see. Okay, because probably we cannot okay, so in this case we have Slim Shady, because the first name contains an E. So if we put just an N and select this, we'll have I think it's not sorting by the higher. Yes, I think it is. Yes, because Slim and Samunda have this date, but if I change this date to 2023, probably it won't get anything. Well, just me, because I was hired in 2023. So if we just select all this, yes, 15th of January 2023. So, yes, let me see if there's. You're an Eminem fan? Yeah, yeah, pretty nice songs. I love the old ones and some albums. I think he's getting an album out this July, if I'm not wrong. So probably Eminem disc. Let me see. I think it was gonna launch in um, July, maybe 24th of July. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, lose yourself is a different song. It's a good one. Um, let me see. We have a question here. Is um percent and type of keyword? So basically, with this, what you do is you say, hey, I want all the stuff that's like this, but with this, you say, I don't mind what's before and I don't mind what's after. So if I just use this one, for example, probably it won't make any result because you're saying, "Hey, I don't mind what's here, but I want it to end with n." Okay, but in this case, we don't have anything ending with n. But if I use L, because file ends with L, we will have my result. Okay, so basically, if I just put this one, it will take anything that has an L on the middle. Okay, so it just regex. I don't know if you've heard about them, regular expressions. So yeah, it's but if I put like this, I'm expecting something that starts with L and something else. Like I don't mind, but it's at least starts with L, and we don't have anything, obviously. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, no worries. By the way, what's your name? Uh, because I cannot pronounce that. But yeah, thanks for asking. So. I just wasn't sure if it was a regex or there really was some. Yeah, no. There's nothing in the database. It's just like a kind of regex. Um, it's a special character that matches zero or more characters. Any characters? Yes. It's like the asterisk in exactly. So, Sky. Oh, okay. I'll call you Sky. Where are you from, by the way? Uh, or where do you live? Or in where are you from originally? Canada. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Mm, is it called a wild card? Yes. Let me uh, send you some examples of SQL wildcards because they're really important and they save your life sometimes. There you go. I also wanted to send you a website that I really liked, and it explains things really good. So like how it works, everything with some examples, and I think it will be a really nice resource for you to check after the stream, or you know I found the name of the album is The Death of Slim Shady. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I'm excited. Not so excited because, during the last years the level was downgrading, but at least in my opinion. But yeah, let's see, let's see. I would love to go to a concert, but there's no concert here uh, you know, uh, in Spain. I mean like the last Eminem concert here in Spain. Maybe I was 9 years old or not even. So I'm 25 now, so just waiting. That engine rev behind you. Let's go. I didn't listen to anything. Do you mean like outside on the street? I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm-mm. So let's see. Yes, yes, it is. It is. It's a really nice website. That engine sounds like a V8 one. Yeah, actually, it's my car. It's parked just here. Nah, just kidding. I wish. I wish. I wish. I just have a normal car, normal one. Like you know, the other day I found out, just something that surprised me, that in Singapore, to get a car you need a license. So, like, but the license costs like $80,000, 80, like 80,000 dollars, or even $100,000. So if you want to buy a normal car, like a $20,000 car, you would need to spend like $120,000. It does not even make sense. And that license, it was surprising. Um, Let me Singapore car license cost. So, no, not the driving license. Uh, uh, yes, this one. I saw that this one. I mean, like, what? Is there anyone from Singapore here? I mean, like, if you have even a Toyota, you're literally rich. Because I mean, like, the license now costs like $120,000. I didn't know that. Wow, that's impressive. That it does not even make sense for me, to be honest. But yeah, probably it's a way to reduce people's eager to, you know to buy a car, maybe. So paying maybe $100,000 for a Toyota, maybe it's a reason to not. Let me just change this. Uh-uh. Okay, size 13. I love this. So, yeah, I think that's it. There's no more questions. Singapore is crazy. Yeah, but I've heard a bunch of good stuff. Teammates or people from my company that visited Singapore and they literally loved it. So I would really love to visit Singapore. I would go and buy a Mustang with that price instead of staying in Singapore. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I drove once a Dodge Charger. It was in California, and obviously rented. And it was, I loved it. Like, I was thinking, what about if I just get on a boat and I just, steal a car and go to Spain? Not just kidding. But yeah, it was amazing. The car, I loved it. It was beautiful. The interior was beautiful. The sound, everything. So yeah. So I think that's it. We'll be just closing. American Muscle. That just, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's incredible. Okay, we have here something interesting. I have a quick follow up. You talked about how software still needs that human touch. You got me thinking, what if in the future we don't actually write code, but just give prompts to an AI? That seems like it could really open things up so anyone, even project managers who aren't programmers, could build apps. Do you think this could change things like how much we get paid, or maybe even mean smaller teams end up doing the work? Actually, what you're saying, it already exists. They call it no code platforms and stuff like that. That you can actually, it's been here for years, but and people use it, but it's not useful. I mean, it's useful, but do you know anyone that uses like a platform, a no code platform or stuff like that? um I think, I don't know, programming is, depends what kind of programming. If you just program like small scripts for Excel, um probably it will be really easy to give it to a prompt, because actually I've tried sometimes ChatGPT, and in some terms it's really impressive what it can do. So in that case, yeah, it could be replaced, but you need actually someone, like a prompt engineer, or what they call it, to get the prompts and organize everything, because you cannot have like robots doing the prompts. You'll always need a human that understands that. So maybe if you cannot be a software engineer or a backend engineer, you can be a prompt engineer and do that job. So yeah. um Also, about learning mesh, you mentioned it's a solid path to a job, but honestly, it seems a bit tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but depends on if you work writing neural networks, like the core machine learning. That's really cool, and you can get a job. Maybe it's not that easy to get a job, but because all the companies that use AI, they use ChatGPT API or whatever to the request, or Azure, whatever platform. But if there's a company that really writes the core machine learning and the neural networks, they train the models and everything, you have a place there. Uh, I think I've heard of them. The problem is that it's super inefficient. Yeah, since you need to describe anything you want to do very, very clearly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%. I think it's easier to program that by yourself than giving prompts, since a slight misinterpretation can be disastrous. Yes. And to maintain that kind of things, you'll need to give like the context. It needs to have all the context and everything, and probably will be just a mess. But yeah, it's an option. So, thank you so much for being here. I really had fun talking with you, folks. Hope to see you tomorrow. I will be doing, I think it's scraping web, scrapping, you know. And yeah, the tomorrow one, I'm really excited. And yeah, thank you so much. Uh, Circuit student, thank you so much, Ark. Nice, nice. I love that Spanish message. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you so much, Anderson, for being here. Uh, Defendant. Yeah, I really appreciate you too. Thanks for being here that late. I know it's late. I know you're tired. I know you've been here like the whole day watching streams, and that's why I really, really appreciate your time. Yeah, see you again. What it was your name? Wait, Sky. Sky. Okay. Bye, folks. Have a good day. I'll just go grab some food and sleep. So yeah, thank you so much, and hope to see you. Oh, I think the camera just went blurry. Okay, no worries. Thank you so much, and see you on the next one. Okay, have a good night.